Prosecutors accused Sean Diddy Combs of continuing efforts to obstruct the federal investigation into his sex trafficking case and trying to taint the jury pool from his Brooklyn jail cell. In court papers that were filed late Friday, prosecutors say the music mogul had been trying to evade government monitoring by using the telephone accounts of at least 8 other inmates. Combs is also said to have used three-way calls to reach out to individuals not on an approved contact list. Prosecutors argue that Combs should not be entitled to another bail hearing after he sought to contact potential witnesses, including accusers, with the goal of blackmailing them to keep quiet or help in his defense. Joining me now is defense attorney Misty Marris. Misty, good to see you this morning. Let's first talk about these allegations from prosecutors of Diddy trying to tamper with witnesses and taint the jury pool. Tell us more about what they're saying regarding these calls that P. Diddy made and what was said and how he was able to, get the telephone accounts of other inmates.
Absolutely. I mean, this is something, Diddy's really not doing himself any favors if any of this is true. So what prosecutors are alleging is that he's using different ways of communicating from behind bars in order to speak with witnesses and potentially alter what their testimony would be to be more favorable for him. Part of the reasoning for denying his bail application 2 times before was because prosecutors had made the argument that he had a tendency to try and interfere and intervene with these witnesses. So what prosecutors are alleging is that, number one, he would make calls to individuals from behind bars that are permitted, like his sons or other people in his camp. But then they would have a 3-way call, bringing other parties onto the call. That's not permitted. The reason being, all jailhouse calls need to be monitored and are recorded. So there has to be a knowledge of who's on that other line. And then also, you made a great point. They say, prosecutors, he was paying money in order to use a specific number. Every prisoner is assigned a number for those communications. So he was using the number of other prisoners in order to evade oversight. So all of that feeds into this argument that he's still, even behind bars, trying to engage with witnesses improperly.
And other allegations include him orchestrating social media campaigns, basically enlisting his own family members, including his children, to post on social media to allegedly taint the jury pool.
That, I think, is the less serious argument for prosecutors with respect to the bail application, because there's a counter argument to that his family can make statements about him, about that he's innocent, a birthday message, which was the subject of this particular issue. The more problematic conduct about tainting the jury pool is that he was actually leaking items that would be evidence and trying to give that over to others to post. So that would qualify as obstructionist behavior as well. All of that, again, these are just allegations. If true, would really be very detrimental to his newest bail application, but could also impact the case both in the courtroom and potentially add more charges.
Yeah, you would imagine so, especially when this is their 3rd time around trying to get this proposed bail application granted for $50 million. What about new charges then? Could he face new charges as a result of potentially obstructing a federal investigation?
Absolutely. And we know that there's already been grand jury proceedings, and it looks like that we're on a road towards a potential superseding indictment. A superseding indictment means that new charges could be added to the case. Those charges, given what we've seen in the allegations by prosecutors in this bail opposition, those could be witness tampering. It could be obstructing justice. It could be tampering with witnesses, tampering with evidence. So all of that could be new charges he could face, given this conduct that's being alleged by prosecutors.
So, Misty, when this bail hearing happens, I think it's coming up this week. It'll be the 3rd, as we said, request. What do you expect to happen? Will it be denied?
Yeah, look, right now, one of the primary concerns of the judges that had seen this bail application previously, is he a danger to society and is he a flight risk? Those are the 2 prongs. What was flagged and specifically said by the judge is that if he's behind bars, he won't be able to tamper with witnesses, whereas if he's outside, there's evidence that he might. Well, now he's providing evidence that even behind bars is conduct. Even behind bars, he's still trying to get at those witnesses. So how can the judge say, okay, go on your own volition, even though it's this beefed up package for bail, the proposal, including 24-hour security and monitoring in his own home? Is that really going to stop him if being at the Brooklyn Metropolitan Center can't? I expect this to be denied, especially given these new allegations.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Diddy, is it? Misty
Not
Marris,
good,
we'll
no.
leave it there. Thank you so much.